Welcome back to the Manor Entropians. Julian McBain here, and we are going to be doing some high desert hunting. Or what used to be high desert hunting. And I'll go through that in a minute. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Manor. Please take a moment and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. Also, please consider going over to patreon.com/JulianMcBain if you want to support my work. If you do, you'll get copies of The Modern Entropian and Personal Finance for Gamers. Okay, so gonna run through a couple things. First off, Cyrene went through some changes, and those changes brought with it differing zones for mobs. So now the Mang Chang are down here instead of on this hill, which actually I think is an improvement. I do find it incredibly interesting that the weak ones are huge. Oh, there we go. I should probably put my armor on after this one, eh? Although I don't know, if I can survive without armor, that's always a plus. So okay. Here's the deal, and I went through some of this on my live stream on Friday, but I want to go through it again. Because it needs to be said. Changes are coming to the channel. I'm going to start following my own advice and the advice of Tim Ferriss, actually. But I'm going to take advantage of the Pareto principle and really focus in on what my niche is. And to be frank, my niche is Entropia universe. And so the amount of variability on my channel is hurting me in the algorithm, which I think is hurting my ability to get new subscribers. Now, I want to be able to do varied content, but I need to get to a certain point where I can, I'm in the algorithm to the point where it knows how to, there's enough people where it's not going to matter. Or it'll matter less, I should say, whether I'm suggested at any given point. So, here's the plan, as I babble along and not make a whole lot of sense. Effective immediately, I'm retiring my Fallout series. For the time being, at least. I might go back and do some more later. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing Fallout, although I will reduce the amount that I play it. I will not be playing it on the channel. Live streams will continue to be... Where the hell did... There it is. Live streams will continue every Tuesday and Friday as normal. So that's not going to change. And those will still be Entropia Universe. There are a couple of games I might do live streams of, but I might add a live stream day for that, or I might do that one on Twitch. I'm actually considering doing some live streaming on Twitch and some live streaming in YouTube. I know splitting your live streams isn't always advisable, but Twitch's affiliate program is far less onerous to get to than YouTube's partner program. So it's something I'm thinking about. This isn't a definite. This isn't I'm considering. I've actually found I enjoy doing the live streams. When I started this, I had not ever planned on doing live streams. I didn't want to deal with the schedule. I didn't, what if they didn't want to do it for a night, what have you. But actually, I really enjoy doing the live streams. And as I grow, eventually I'd like to do more of them. But doing more live streams necessitates being able to cut out that piece of time and having the ability to do it consistently. And so I haven't determined how to do that. I do know that by cutting back on the pre-baked content that I have to make, I will be giving myself more time. I will be cutting back from 7 days a week because trying to make 7 days worth of Entropia content would get redundant really quickly. It doesn't mean I'm not going to increase the Entropia content. Again, it's one of those things where I've got to determine how I want to go about the formula. I might do 4 or 5 pre-baked and 2 live streams a week, or I might do 4 pre-baked and 3 live streams a week. These are all things that are in consideration. If you have suggestions, drop a comment and let me know. Tell me what you like. Tell me what if you think you can do better, because that'll help me out to make these decisions appropriately. The other thing I'm going to be doing is McBain moments. They are approaching 150. At 150 McBain moments, I will be retiring the McBain moment series. I liked it when I started. I thought it was a good idea. A lot of people do like it. But I'm coming to the point where I'm starting to repeat myself. And I think that it served its purpose and run its course. It'll always be there. I'm not removing it or anything. But I do believe that it's time to move on to other content. I've been doing McBain moments for a year and a half now, I believe. And it's all good stuff, in my opinion. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, although I've got some shit from trolls too. But I just think it's time for me to focus on my niche, which is Entropia Universe. Really kind of niche down. And to do so, that means I need to make sure I'm continuing to create content, things that you guys want to see. I might split up the types of segments in Entropia Universe that I do. I might do not just hunting, but mining. I am picking up on the mining thing. I might do high-level hunt, low-level hunt. Maybe hunts with weapons I'm not particularly good with, like this pistol. Things of that nature. I also want to break down the book, The Modern Entropian, into videos. I'm not going to do like reading it out loud, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of having it on the Patreon, but I can go through each chapter and just kind of do some analysis on it. And my opinions, maybe how things might have developed, or with the changes that MindArc's made, how things might be different now. Bone out meat. We need a barbecue. We need a frickin' barbecue so we can cook that bone out meat. Look at this. Look at this. Doesn't that look delicious? You used to be able to like rotate it. That kind of sucks. It's a steak. Maybe we'll grab a whip and do some whoops. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Taming. That would be fun. But yeah, no, it's what I'm looking to do is to really take advantage of the Entropia platform, niche down, and get to partner. My goal had been to do it this year, and I am not on track to do so. And looking at the reasons and realizing why, it occurred to me that the reason I'm not doing it is because I'm breaking the rules. My content's so varied, the algorithm doesn't like it. 2, I'm not focusing on what I'm good at, the thing that's getting the most results. So 80% of results come from 20% of your input, or 80% of your output comes from 20% of your input, which means 80% of your results comes from 20% of your work. The 20% of my work that's Entropia Universe is by far yielding more than 80% of my results. Most views, most comments, most interactions, most everything. So for a bit, we're going to focus on that, and we're going to see how things go. And it might turn out that it's a total flop, and I need to go back and revise again. And you know what? I'm good with that. That's okay. That's the purpose of experimentation. But to do that, I need to try it. So that's how the channel is going to be managed in the coming months. So once again, to reiterate, Entropia Universe will stay largely the way it is. I might add another segment. So instead of just doing Wednesdays and Sundays, I might add another day, like a Monday or a Thursday or a Saturday. I might go back to doing them on Saturdays. So in that case, it'd be Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, plus the live streams on Tuesdays and Fridays. And we'll go from there. And one of those segments might be analysis on part of the Modern Entropian. so you understand what I was trying to do with it. And maybe it'll incentivize some of you to pick it up. So yeah, boring stuff's out of the way now. Let's see how we're doing loot-wise. A lot of paint. A lot of paint. Did I forget to drop these on Calypso? You know what? I think I might have. Oh well. Just need to make sure I don't count them again. That burgundy's a... I love the color burgundy. I do. Like... I don't know. It always reminds me of the Master's Study, you know? You've got the... And I'm gonna geek out for a few minutes here. I've always, this has been my dream. Whenever I own a house, right? I've always wanted to be in the position when I have the manor. I want to have the Master's Study. And we're talking mahogany desk. Right? Executive chair behind the desk. And then you have the credenza behind there, so you turn around and there's the credenza. And actually, for me, I'd have a second desk. Against the wall would be the computer desk setup. And the main desk, the work desk, would be facing the rest of the study. So, you know, you sit behind it. You've got two chairs. If someone's coming in to visit you, you're behind the desk. But the game setup would be either in a separate room, or it'd be you turn around and there it is. And then it's a long room, like all of the stereotypical master studies, and it's all in mahoganies or oaks. All of the woodwork, all of the shelving with books. Of course, they wouldn't be the books that, you know, the old time people who had studies had, you know. It would be mostly manga because that's what I like to read. But I mean, I'd have other books there, like The Art of War would be there, although that might be on the desk. The Prince would be there. Well, no, my cookbooks would be on a shelf in the kitchen, but all of my sales books would be there, and just like racks of manga. And then you have the fireplace on the other end, and above it would be a photograph of something, a person. And you know, you have the big picture windows going down the length of one wall, something like that. Yeah, I'm that type of a dork. I kind of want to set something like that up here whenever I get an apartment. But I'd honestly need, like on Calypso, it would be a G apartment in any of the apartment complexes, because the G apartments have both the balcony and the big extra room. So I'd have to set up the big extra room as the study, quote unquote. That'd be really cool. Although, if I did that, I could always open up like a Dave Rubin style podcast and just start interviewing Entropians. Like, I could bring on all of the YouTubers and Twitch streamers, you know, get Serial Overdrive on, and Lore Spade and Bonnie, and, you know, maybe some of the other, like the Ubers could come in. Maybe I could get Delusionist to come on. That would all be fun. It would all be fun. I don't really foresee that happening, but I think it would be cool. Get on there and rag on Mindark. No, we wouldn't do that. Although I do have to say, the glitches have become a little bit more common since the last version update. This isn't necessarily surprising. And I'm not saying that to rag on Mindark. Anytime you change the code around, you're going to end up with problems. And let's be honest, this last one was a huge update. You know what these things remind me of? Oh, that was disturbing. Tardigrades. You can... Oh, there it is. It's breaking through. That is disturbing. That's just weird. Okay. That's giving me the creeps. I'm done. Mang Chang used to be like the thing to hunt here on Cyrene. Because they dump loot at you. Mang Chang hide. What do these look like? That's a pretty cool texture. See if you can't get that to turn into a texture. Either that or fry it up in some oil. Mang Chang rinds. Too bad we can't actually do that. Oh yeah, these guys drop a lot of the oils. Pew pew. Like, I used to hunt these guys all the time. It's a lot of fun hunting them. But I could have sworn... Oh, you know what? I think the last time I was here, I was still using the LB25. So the 11s were really my speed. Well, now I'm at the point where the 14s are more appropriate. But I shouldn't be doing... Because of Loot 2.0, the overkill shouldn't be too big a deal. All this paint. Just lots of paint. We are getting some good loot. I think I'm now getting better loot off the dusters. Just because of the level thing. But we are getting good loot. Ah, there we go. Almost 20 ped worth of shrap. I'll take it. I'll take it. I have to say, Cyrene's loot tables are amazing. Not quite as good as Monria's, I think, but it's very, very close. Or it might be better than Monria, and I might just be because of the way I'm cycling through things. Because I'm burning ped to grind up my my mining, right? And that takes time, and I mean, I'll probably get it in markup on the other side, but because I'm such a low-level miner, I have to spend a lot of time mining to get enough to throw in the auction house. Because you don't want to throw... For auction, the general wisdom is you want anywhere between 50 and 200 ped of an item in order to put it on the auction and actually have it sell. Small lots can sell. They're generally marked way up. And that means that they're not going to... they're not going to sell frequently. Uh-oh, we got some lag. There we go. So it's always a risk, and if if the auction expires, you lose the fee, which bites. But it is what it is. That's the risk you take. Or you could just carny bark in, like, Twin Peaks. Which I know there are people who have the time and patience to do that. If this is all I did, like if this was my profession, I could probably deal with doing that for a while. Have a podcast going or something in the background and just spam chat in Twin Peaks for a while, or Monria, or not Monria, but Cyrene doesn't really have a place like that, and I think it's to its detriment. But to be fair, we're still working on building the population of Cyrene. Population of Cyrene is still very, very low. But they're working on it, and I think good things are coming. I think everything they've done so far is good, and I think that it's going to get better. I have one complaint. This is my one bitch. They took away my favorite hunting spot. I used to hunt here all the time on the little island. There were panleons there. It was great. The island's gone now. Sniff. And the panleons there aren't low level. And then they dumped a bunch of higher level panleons in the jungle too, which to be fair might have been there beforehand, but I don't remember them being there. Whoa, hello. I do love the fact that they added the platform mining area up here. So up what drops here are only platform ores and end matters, whereas over here it's more Cyrene specific. Which for someone who's trying to just figure out the mining thing, it's good that I have a place where I can get ores that are very popular to resell. But I also want to get some Cyrene ones, because the more that Cyrene's materials are out there that people, you know, drives a demand for it. Maybe we can find a Cyrene crafter who crafts Cyrene items like weapons, and that can really drive bringing an economy to Cyrene. Oops. I think the devs are doing a lot of good stuff. I need to go back to the Cyrene forum and actually spend some time there, because I think it goes through you know, an ebb and a flow of traffic, and unfortunately every time Cyrene's held an event I've missed it because I happen to be off planet, which is unfortunate because I would love to attend a Cyrene event and do a video of it and have some fun, or maybe do a live stream. That would all be great, but I haven't spent enough time here. I usually am only here for like a month every year. Because, let's face it, Entropia universe is huge. The most developed planet is Calypso, so that's where most people, including myself, tend to spend the bulk of their time. And what taught me that this was a mistake was actually spending the time I did on Monria. Because I only planned on being on Monria for a couple of weeks or maybe a month, and then I really started to develop an enjoyment of the community on Monria. And I know there's a similar community here on Cyrene, but it's much quieter, and my hope is that by spending more time here, trying to find the people that are in Cyrene on a regular basis or on Cyrene on a regular basis, maybe drive some of that community connection. I think that there's a lot of good things that could be done here on Cyrene. You know, it reminds me of my very first 2 videos on this planet, because I came to this planet and I had some trouble and I was immediately disappointed, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And I thought, you know, that's not really fair. And so I did another one. I'm like, you know what, let's give this a fair shake and see how things go. And I loved it. I loved it. And this was the first planet off of Calypso that I went to. Not 100% true. I taxied someone to Entropia before coming here. But I didn't stay on Entropia. I dropped off my passenger, took my 5-pet, and flew my ass back to Calypso. That was it. Boom. Yeah, we're burning through ammo pretty quick. I'm gonna have to do an ammo buy. I want to do it by opening boxes. Unfortunately, you can't really do that right now because the web shop's screwed up. Sad panda. But it is what it is. Got some good loot here, though. I mean, nothing huge, but it's respectable, I believe. Oh, yeah. I think what it is I keep having to kill... Oh, you bastard. Can I please shoot something that's actually of a level I want? think that's the thing. I need to focus on the level 14s. And I noticed, like, the dire weeds didn't do me much good. I don't think, because I think that their leveling system on the dire weeds is different from the other mobs. Like, the Mang Chang, it's very similar in danger level to fighting the dusters, right? But fighting the dire weeds, it was, well, and to be fair, the dire weeds use ranged attacks, which means I need to use dodge. But the loot table on them was kind of awful relative to what I was doing, and it might have just been my luck that night. But you know, it's one of those things. It is what it is. There we go. We'll take out like a couple more before we call it. I do think that this area is pretty. I like how they added the palm trees. That was a good, or I think they're actually a form of coconut tree. Or maybe those are pineapples. I don't know. I like the fronds. The fronds. Shoot him in the ass. Huh. The sad part is the entire reason I came to Cyrene was to hunt Mang Chang, and this is the first time I'm doing it. I've been here like, what, 2 weeks? Finding them was interesting. Okay. Let's pop our Sleipnir out. Arg. Or let's kill this Mang Chang. There we go. Head back to the high desert teleporter. You know, I should totally go back for this wave event. But the last time we discovered the hard way that the boss is not doable by one person. It was fun though. It was. I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun event. But to get all the way through it and it's just like bloom, I'm like, oh. Whoops. That ain't gonna work. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. As always, I really appreciate your support. Big shout out to my patrons, Red Kryptonite, Spectrum 3900, and James Lambertson, excuse me. Sorry, Roy. Your support is appreciated. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one.